Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be focusing on CDWs or SFPs, swing failure patterns, whatever you want to call them. I'm basically going to be going over what they are, why they are so significant, and the ways that I trade them. So basically, SFP is when price quickly takes out a higher low, but fails to hold above or below that level and leaves just a wick above or below that level. And right here is a great example of that. You can see that here we had this swing high, and I marked that swing high out with a dashed line. And right over here, you can see price took out that wick and then fell back down below it. Even on the 24-minute, you can see that just a wick is left above this level. The price quickly came above that level, came back down below it, and then closed the candle below that swing high. And this right here is basically what you want to see with a swing failure pattern. And it is called a swing failure pattern because price failed to make a new swing high or low. Instead, it grabbed the liquidity and stop losses that are above or below that swing and got a sharp reaction. And these can often result in a trend reversal. And these sort of liquidity grabs happen on high time frames, they happen on low time frames. You can trade CDWs or swing failure patterns on very low time frames and basically treat it as a scalp, or you can use them to enter longer term trades, day trades, swing trades, whatever. And basically the way I treat these kind of trades depends on a variety of factors. So mainly that depends on how significant the swing high or low is, what confluence is around that swing, and how good does it look for a liquidity grab. So these higher term swing highs and lows, you can see here I'm on the 4 hour. These are, typically going to be much more significant than a local swing high or low. Basically, just because it's a higher time frame swing high, there's a higher likelihood that there is more stop losses, more liquidity above that high, and also what kind of confluence is around that level. Like for example, here we had this wick right here that we CDW'd. We also tapped right off of the value area high to pretty much the exact dollar. So, there was a little bit of confluence around this. I also saw that we had found some support and resistance on this area previously, which, can give you a little bit more confluence as well. So if it's a significant swing, I could also say high time frame, swing high or low, but also if there's confluence around it, and we see good confirmations, I usually treat it as more of a swing or day trade. And if it's more of a local swing, or if we are in a local trend, I should say, and we CDW the recent highs, I usually will treat that as more of a scalp. Now, I want to talk about the confirmations for more of the scalp trades, and then I'll get into the confirmations for the higher time frame CDWs. But what you pretty much always want to see with swing failure patterns is the low time frame confirmations as well. Now, for the most part, for low time frame confirmations, I like to use the 1 minute time frame. And basically, what you want to see is both the divergences with momentum and money flow as price takes out the high. And for this specific case, I'm just focusing on this high right here. Ignore this high because basically what happened here is, on the 24-minute, we got the higher time frame CDW. If I get rid of that drawing, we got the wick, we got the candle close below it. But on the lower time frames, it was a little iffy because we didn't see the 1 minute confirmations right away. The candlestick came up above this level. We did see divergences here, but what we didn't see is this candle close below this high. It closed above it, as you can see, and price sort of hovered around above this previous high for a little bit, which at the time was making me uncertain as to whether I should take this trade. This is a trade that I took. I am short right now from this level. This is actually turned out to be a pretty good trade, but I didn't enter until we saw the low time frame confirmations. Really, what you want to see for confirmations for CDWs is price taking out the wick, closing a candlestick below that level, which we technically did that twice here. Like I said, it was a little weird, but did technically get the confirmations here. We got the wicks above the high, candle bodies below, and you also want to see the divergences in momentum and money flow on the 1 minute time frame as we take out the level, which we did get here. We got the divergence in momentum. We did get a divergence in money flow, even though we didn't get a local one. Local money flow was increasing. But yeah, basically the low time frame confirmations for CDWs is 1 minute divergences in momentum and money flow with the what I would call a good reaction. So as I was editing this, I realized I forgot to mention something pretty important. So another tool that I like to use for CDWs is CVD and open interest. And basically this tool can allow you to see if trades are closing, if stop losses are being hit. If I put a vertical line on that candle that first crossed that high that I was targeting, you can see that we saw a decrease of open interest right here. And as that was happening, CVD was increasing. So open interest decreasing is showing that trades are closing out, and the CVD increasing is showing that those trades are shorts, which makes sense because we were theorizing that there were some stop losses up here that needed to be hit. So another great confirmation I like to use for these types of trades is open interest. I like to look for a decrease of open interest as that high is being crossed. So you want to see low time frame divs and money flow, specifically on the 1 minute, like I said, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the 1 minute. But for me, getting all the confirmations on the 1 minute is what gives me the most confidence in these. And any high to mid time frame divergences or money flow can just add confidence. If you see high time frame divs forming as we take out a high or low, but you don't see the low time frame confirmations, sometimes it means that the high or low isn't in yet and that price isn't ready to reverse. So now let's talk about this trade that I entered up here, because like I said, at first I wasn't exactly sure if this was going to be the high or if we maybe had to come up and grab liquidity elsewhere before getting a reversal. So what was I seeing as price came up to take out this high? Well, if I look at the 4-hour momentum wave, you can see that we did form a 4-hour bearish divergence here. The red dot has now printed. It's not confirmed yet. We still got 2 hours until it confirms, but we are forming 4-hour divs. But the money flow on the 4-hour is still in an uptrend. Same thing on the 3-hour, divergence in momentum, but money flow is still increasing. Come down to the 2-hour, we saw the same thing. Money flow still made a higher high here, but we got the clear divergence in momentum as we came up to this high over here. And then when you come down to the 1-hour is where things start to get interesting. So we got the divergence from this wave. We also got a more local divergence right here. And we actually did see the money flow trending downwards on the 1-hour. So, when I was looking at Market Cipher as we were taking out this high, I was pretty much looking for more of a long-term trade. I was looking for more of a swing trade from this. just because I saw the high time frame divs forming. And then as I look at the medium term time frames, you pretty much saw the same thing. Saw the divergence with momentum and money flow as we came up to take out that high. Very clear divergence here on the 24-minute with momentum and money flow as well. So pretty much across the board, we were seeing bearish divergences as we took out that high. And, pretty much the only thing that was making me uncertain if the top was already in was the fact that we didn't get a perfect, CDW reaction on the 1 minute. But when I saw that price came back up and took out the local highs, CDW these, really recent highs, and we did see the confirmations on the 1 minute, and price then started to dump back down below that original high that I was targeting. That is when I had enough confidence to take the trade. This was a very clean CDW trade. We got pretty much all the confirmations we could have asked for. Maybe the only thing that could have made it better was if we had like really thick 4-hour money flow in the green and we saw it trending downwards now. But I mean, even now, the 4-hour money flow is now turning back down into the red. We got a little bit of green right there. Money flow crossed for a very short amount of time, but now is curving back down. And we pretty much saw divergences on the 4-hour through the 1 minute as we took out this high. And so, all things considered, the fact that this was a significant swing, the fact that we also came right up to the value area high, and all the confirmations that I saw, this was a very good CDW trade here. So yeah, CDWs are, one of my favorite trading strategies. You know that I like trading ranges. I like shorting the top of ranges and longing the bottom of the ranges. And, when we can get a CDW of the highs or lows of the range, and we're seeing good confirmations, more often than not, I will take that trade. And even if I'm just, trying to scalp a very small range, I still like to look for CDWs of the lows or highs. You can still get some, decent scalps from just scalping low time frame ranges. Typically, when you see these liquidity grabs with these low time frame confirmations, specifically, the 1 minute confirmations, then, these CDWs can make for some nice trades. And you can find examples of them everywhere. But again, just because, price wicks above a level and then falls back down, doesn't mean that there's going to be a reversal there, which is why I really like to make sure my confirmations are there. That's why I feel more comfortable taking the trade if we're seeing higher time frame divs as well, if we're seeing higher time frame confirmations. But anyways, I think that is all I wanted to go over. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Really appreciate the support, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.